Thanks to you guys for joining us and telling us a quick update on the events at Sarahuaro. And if people want to get involved and help out, how do they get in touch with you?
We have on our web page, of course, in our web page, www.sarahuaro.org.
Okay. And because every time I write it, it's a little difficult. Sarahuaro is S-A-H. No. Tell me.
S-A-R-A-H-U-A-R-O.
There you go.
O-R-G.
Yes.
Takes a little practicing. So
It does.
thanks for spelling that out.
Welcome to the Nick Fong Podcast. As the broker and owner of Ronival Real Estate, Nick has spent nearly 20 years in Baja, California, sir. And in this podcast, he'll be talking everything Baja, from food and culture to real estate and property management. And now, here's your host, Nick Fong.
All right, welcome back to the podcast. Lawrence, Edith from Sarahuaro. How are you guys?
Thank you for having us. Doing great.
I wanted you back because at the beginning of 2023, I know there's some exciting new things on the horizon for Sarahuaro. But for those that don't know, tell us about what is Sarahuaro?
Love to. Thank you. Sarahuaro was established in 2005. We are the most recognized and successful women's society in Los Cabos. We're focused on supporting and empowering women and, of course, impoverished children. The real crux of everything is that everything is based around education. So we don't just want to give people a basic. We want to establish the fundamentals with and for them so that they can enjoy success beyond just their children attending school. We are in 2 schools. Mm-hmm. We have kitchens. The most impoverished of the children are identified by the principals at each location, and we're forwarded the list of names. Right now, we're feeding 350 children on average a month, and that's daily meals at the schools. And we want to make sure that there's something beyond their graduation, because they turn the age of 12, and then what happens? Mm-hmm. Well, what I think is the most powerful and more important side is all of our trade skills classes that we have. So for all of the mothers, the women of that colonia to be able to come in and learn language skills, as an example, computer skills, hairdressing, massage therapy. Obviously, we have all of our crafts. We have ladies that are doing all of our sewing and so forth. We also sell those wares. Mm-hmm. But we want to give them a skill, and we want to help break the cycle of poverty through education. Right. So again, when the child graduates from school and we're no longer feeding him or her, what happens then? We want to ensure the mother has some new skill sets to help support and make sure there's no pressure on the family so they can enjoy success moving forward.
And Lawrence, you got involved in it just because you live here as a permanent resident and you're giving back to the community.
Yes. One of the main reasons we moved to Cabo was because of Sarahuaro. So we were vacationing here numerous times a year for a number of years. And we were always looking at, my wife has preschool centers in Canada. So we've been looking to either build a school or just do something for children in a community. And we've been looking for a number of years. And nothing ever really played out. The numbers never jived. There wasn't enough flow through to the people in need. And then we were here on vacation one year and saw one of the cushions made by the ladies out at Eclectic Array in San Jose. Mm-hmm. And it was very colorful, so I was drawn to it. And she also had just a little, like a placard beside it, just with a brief description of Sarahuaro. So I read it. Luckily, Farron was there that day. She was on the board at that time, and she directed me to the website, told me a little bit, and I stood outside on the street and sobbed when I watched all the videos. Mm-hmm. And then, fortunately, we had a very active board, very involved. So they met us on Christmas Day, which to me was unheard of. So before we left Cabo to head back into Vancouver, we had a great impromptu meeting. Again, just going over the points of Sarahuaro and then going over the wish list. At that point, we donated, I think it was a freezer or a commercial fridge or something that was needed for one of the kitchens.
Right.
And there was no looking back. From that day, it's just been all in. And then as soon as there was an opportunity to semi-retire, we just jumped at the opportunity, and we thought we could do a lot more if we were here in person to support the group versus doing it from afar.
Yep.
So that was really one of obviously the area is gorgeous, as we all know.
Right. It could be worse places
Yeah,
to
there's,
be
yes.
helping a charity.
Yeah. So it's not like, woe is me, I'm stuck in Cabo. But it really, beautiful area and wonderful people. All the traditions of Mexico, everything is so rich. It's all about family. And we just really wanted to be a part of that. And the foundation just gave us that extra, kick in the backside to do it.
So Edith is here. You're the director of Sarahuaro. And the last time the three of us met, I know we're giving more mic time to Lawrence because you talked a lot. You like to talk. And it was funny before we started recording. It was like, okay, you're gonna do more talking. I'm gonna coach you before we start recording, and then you do all the talking, Lawrence. But welcome, Edith. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
And I know you have some new initiatives that are getting started. Do you want to mention one of them or events that is happening?
Oh, yes. Thank you for inviting us again. I know you reach a lot of people. You even outside the airplane. I see a big sign there.
Yes.
So that's good because people can listen to us. So yes, of course. I've been working for Sarahuaro for the last 5 years. I've been involved. I love to do that. And because of every year we do like fundraisings, but because of the pandemic, we have to stop. We didn't have nothing like that. So this is the year that 2023, 2024 school year. We're gonna have 3 fundraisings.
And the first one's in less than 2 weeks.
Yes, and we have the Pirates Ball that is gonna be in 2 weeks. And then we will have, we always recognize a women's and the International Day of Women. So we will recognize the next women this year. It's going to be only in a small ceremony. Then we will have another event in March 31st. And then we will have the last event is going to be on Mother's Day and May 14. And so we're working. We have a lot of work to do with these events. I think Lawrence can explain more about the events.
So the first event.
Beautiful.
That's so funny.
Hey, thanks for being a part of the Nick Fong podcast. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast to get the latest updates. And if you're watching this on our social channels, please like and share. And if you want to be featured or you want me to talk on a certain topic, food, activities, culture, real estate in the Baja, drop a comment. So Lawrence, the first event's actually Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. So we figured what better way to share and spread love. Valentine's Day is all about that and recognizing significant others and being positive and giving. So Valentine's Day, our good friend, you know him as well, Justin Cavawilde. Sorry. Yeah. You're welcome, Justin.
Thanks,
but
Justin.
He's always been a huge supporter of ours, as have you. So we worked with him for the last few months. He gave us basically carte blanche on any date that we wanted, and he would supply, the staff, whatever we wanted to do, he would facilitate it. So we did choose Valentine's Day. We are going out for a sunset cruise. We have the best news is it's our first fundraiser post-pandemic, and it's already sold out.
Yeah.
So we had one donor purchase 75 tickets, which put us over the top because we already had some sold. So it's incredible to start the fundraising calendar year off with a successful event already behind us, and it hasn't even happened yet. But we are going to have a bunch of donors, business people, beneficiaries. So we want to make sure there's at least a number of representatives from our center. So women and children and their families that can come and also participate in this. And we're going to just have a wonderful event. We do have auction items. There's going to be raffle items on the boat. Obviously, as you know, the Pirates tour, there's always a show.
Right.
So it's going to be a hoot. And then there's an after party at the terminal as well.
Okay.
So as soon as we come back, we're going to do additional fundraising and additional handouts. So that's our first one, February 14th. Then we move on to International Women's Day, which is March 8th. As you know, last year was Rocio.
Yep.
I think you know her.
Yes.
My wife.
So she reigned and wore the crown for a year. We're interviewing currently for the third. And first year was Marissa with LCCF. So we're always recognizing a really strong, talented individual inside the community. So we're just currently interviewing for the third. We've shortlisted right now. So if anyone has a great candidate to put forward that you think should be recognized for Woman of the Year, please forward it into us, because now's the time, because we are just finalizing. So you have a couple days to get it into us. And then after that, we do have our event March 31st, which is going to be a 2-hour cruise, then coming back to the terminal again with after party. That's going to be, I believe we're targeting more of an international audience, a lot to come. We don't have a name for it yet, but we are working in partnership with the gay community, not just local, but in the U.S. And again, looking at that international reach. There will be testing stations for STIs, HIV, things of that nature, education, because again, Sarahuaro is all about education.
Right.
And then have just one heck of a party with all involved.
Is that also on the pirate ship or on one of the boats?
Yeah, it's also through Cabo Wild. So yes, again, Justin came through. Wow, you're going for the plug now.
Oh man, Justin.
So Justin came through yet again. It's one of the larger boats, so we can facilitate additional bodies. And then we have the Mother's Day event that'll be in May. So we still have a lot of planning to do, but I think we have most of the locations selected at this point. The Mother's Day especially is going to be, we're going to have women from our foundation. They're going to be there giving massages. We're going to have those ladies also providing childcare services so that mothers can all come in, bring their children, and have a great time and relax knowing that their children are taken care of.
Right.
So we really want to encourage everyone to come, and don't be worried about your children. Come, relax, get a massage. Your children are going to be cared for, and support the foundation.
How do you feel? How do you feel about getting more mic time this time than last time? Pretty good?
Listen, this is my jam.
Edith, I want to give you some airtime. We talked about the 300 plus children that are fed every day at school. What about the moms? How many single mothers are a part of the Sarahuaro Foundation?
Okay. Right now we have 100 women involved. Like pretty much every quarter, we have we offer different courses. We have like one courses that are like the main classes that never change, like English and computer classes, and also we have physical education for many women that wants to, because we have a race once a year. We have the Sarahuaro race, and these women have been for the last 5 years running once, like this is pretty much about in January, and they run from 3 to 8 kilometers.
Oh wow!
Right here in La Marina. So those are also our women, and those kinds of classes and activities we have them all the time. But every 3-4 months we change our classes, our courses, and what we have is. We have, like right now, we have estilism, and from that classes, we have 20 women involved. But in total, with all the classes we have like around we have women that are always there. And also we receive, and I want to tell people, like for the English classes and computer classes, we are receiving the daughters and sons, teenagers' daughters and sons of our beneficiaries that can go and take these classes for free. Okay. So that's really nice. So in total, we have like 100, like between 80 and 100 people all the time involved in within the different classes.
And what I remember is that it's kind of like a circle of giving too. So the mothers that say their children are being fed, we went to the kitchen one time, and the mothers are working the kitchen. even,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And so it's
Many of those mothers take our courses.
oh,
That's wonderful. While the kids are in the school, and because many of these, how the kitchen program works is that we have like a chef and she trains all these mothers, and with all the mothers of the kids we fed, they have a rotated schedule in our kitchens to feed the children.
Right.
So they see the way that they can also be part of our programs. And this is wonderful because we educate the mothers of the children we feed.
yeah. It's fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
I'm excited to join you guys. You both are going to be on the pirate ship.
Are you?
Yes.
I'm coming.
Yes,
and
funny.
Rocio always likes an excuse for getting in a costume. So you guys gonna be. I know it's optional, but expect us to be dressed. So
Yes.
to impress.
Well, I was
Yes,
going to
I
say,
know.
well, we hope you're going to come dressed or clothed.
Oh,
Sorry, I couldn't resist that. I'm sorry.
I know you and all your family are coming.
that's awesome.
We love you very much. You are one of our favorite donors.
yeah.
And also, I want to recognize you, not only you, but to that only donor that has been wonderful lady. She bought all the tickets for this pirate ball, as you mentioned, and it's Barbara Rulli.
Okay.
And she's a great friend and donor that is part of the board also in Sarahuaro. She has a big heart. I never, I have, these people that you say, oh my God, I'm meeting these few people around that is really compassionate and has been helping a lot of people in our community to get ahead, So thank you to Barbara Rulli.
Thanks, Barbara.
Thank you, Barbara.
Thanks to you guys for joining us and telling us a quick update on the events at Sarahuaro. And if people want to get involved and help out, how do they get in touch with you?
Oh, we have on our webpage, of course, in our webpage, www.sarahuaro.org.
Okay. And because every time I write it, it's a little difficult. Sarahuaro is S-A-H. No. Tell me.
Sarahuaro.
There you go.
.org.
Yes.
Takes a little practicing. So
It does.
thanks for spelling that out. And for everyone, Lawrence, Edith,
Thank you.
Sarahuaro, and until the next one, bye for now.
Thank you.
Bye. Gracias.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Nick Fong Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast and the YouTube channel at youtube.com/Ronival Real Estate and follow Nick on Instagram at NickFong_Ronival. Ready to find your Baja dream home? Check out the latest property listings at Ronival.com or findmexicohouses.com. Hasta luego.